Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Steins Gate, a safe space in which would be awesome, where we're trying to figure out everything, really. How do you solve a problem that even CERN can't figure out? By being better than them. You can't set the destination, then you don't know where you'll lead to. I'll pass on leaping into the deep space, thanks. Yeah, that's still on the assumption that time is fixed to space instead of where you were. That is a problem. If you can't control where you'll end up, your time machine is worthless. Also, one moment while I pause and close my window, I think its skunk died or something. It smells real bad. See, luckily for me, I have scented candles. So I lit one and it hasn't taken full effect, but closing the window definitely helped. Wait a second. We don't set the destination when we send a D-mail, yet it still arrives where it's supposed to. How do you explain that? And now that you mention it, is that the mail address, right? Isn't that just enough? Is it? I don't think a phone signal can be received from millions of kilometers away. I bet you'd get a busy signal or something. I stare at my phone. Maybe our cell phones are acting like black holes and white holes. I'm not sure white holes are a real thing that exists, but the reverse of a black hole, well, nothing can escape a black hole. Everything is ejected from a white hole. The existence of white holes is hinted at theoretically, but actual proof is impossible. They have never been observed. It's a theory. It's like antimatter. It's not real. You shouldn't speculate like that. You have zero basis. Is it possible that we form a wormhole? Wormholes have never been confirmed to exist. I'm fairly certain that one's been proven. I groan. Kirisu and Daru fall silent. The problem has them stumped too. Miyuri's the only one smiling. She probably doesn't understand, and it's just smiling because she feels like it. It looks like she's eating, dog. She loves those rice balls, which have never been mentioned, but man, does she love eating them. In any case, the cold, hard truth is that D-mails arrive precisely when and where we want them to. We're ahead of CERN in that regard. Now, can we apply D-mail technology to physical time travel? Did I read that wrong? No, he's just responding weird. But with D-mails, he can only send 36 bytes of data. No way he can send a whole person with that kind of limit. Same problem that CERN is having, and the reason their subjects turn into jellymen. If you want to become Gel Ocarine, I'm not stopping you. You should. That's horrifying. Recalling the fate of CERN's researchers makes my skin crawl. Kerr black holes, ring singularities, supergravitational space-time distortions. If you can adjust the lifter's volume of electron injection, you might be able to make the ring singularities naked. But even CERN is having a hard time controlling the lifter. Even if we do figure out what's functioning as the lifter in our time machine, I doubt we'll be able to solve the problem easily. Meaning that at present, we can only send a mere 36 bytes of data. I wonder how much data there is in a human body. I bet it's more than an exabyte. La 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 la. 10 to the 18th. Prefixes are kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, and exo, in order of increasing magnitude. 1 exa equals 1 quintillion. Also, I said giga, but that's clearly a giga, you know, like a gigawatt. It's a gigabyte. It would be best to leave physical transfer aside for now. Sending data through time is an amazing feat by itself. We should be satisfied with what we've got. I mean, yeah, but also you shouldn't use that as an excuse to stop trying to figure things out, you know? Always be researching, ABR. Sending data through time is enough, huh?
世の真理を探求す
Such
る科学
pessimism
者
is
とは思え
unbecoming
な
of
い
a scientist sworn to uncover the secrets of the universe.
身の丈に合ったことを考
I'm
えろっ
telling
て
you to know your
言っ
limits.
ている。真理を探求するなら
If you're going to
しかる
uncover
べ
the
き頭脳
secrets
と
of the
設備とお
universe,
金
you
を
need
揃えないと
personal
少なく
equipment,
ともセ
personnel,
ルン並みに
equipment,
は
and
ね。
funding to rival CERNs.
こんな貧乏サークルじゃ
It's one thing to set lofty
志
goals,
だけ
but
高くて
this
も何もできない
impoverished lab has no resources to speak of.
前から思ってたけど
I've been thinking,
電話レンジは
maybe you
ちゃん
should
とし
bring
た
the
研
phone
究機
wave
関に
to a
持ち込ん
proper
で
research
専
institution
門
and
家に委
entrust
ね
it to
る
a
べき。
specialist.
セルンがタイムマシンの研
Since
究を
keeping
極
their
秘にし
time
てるな
machine
ら
research top
私た
secret.
ちはきちん
So
と
if we
公
make
表
an
して
official announcement,
人
it'll
類の
benefit
未
the
来の
future
た
of
めに
mankind.
役立てな。
もし公表すれば
If we make an official announcement, the organization will become aware of my
俺の
existence.
存在を気づかれる。
I mean, that's a thing, right? Like, hypothetically, CERN dominates the future because they have time travel technology. And these dudes come out and say that they can change the past or whatever. And just say people believe that. That'll change things. That'll make it so CERN is just like, whoa, hang on, we know about this now. We're gonna do something about that. But then they can't because then these people disappear and suddenly, who made them disappear?
あのね、こっち
Now,
は
come
真
on,
面目
I'm
に
being
話してるん
serious
だぞ。
here. This isn't
冗
the
談
time
言っ
for
て
your
る場合じゃ。
それに俺たちはセル
we've
が
hacked
ハ
into
ッキングした身だ。奴らは人体実験までしてい
Those
る
heartless
非常な連
bastards will
中。
do anything, even experiment on human
Son of
beings. And behind them is a power greater than all the nations of
強
Earth.
大な権力も見え隠れする。
Yeah, multinational anything is like impossible. You cannot have an organization that's A, more powerful than all of the countries put together, and B, that unites all the countries. That's why the flat Earth deal that's very stupid in my opinion. Because how the hell would NASA get the entire world to agree on anything? No one can get the entire world to agree on anything. The US still uses the imperial system. Metric is in all but like 4 countries. We haven't even done metric yet.
もし電話レンジカッコ仮を
If
公
we make
表
the
すれば
phone wave, name something to change public, they might have us erased.
消されるかもしれん。
映画の見過ぎじゃない。
You watch too many movies.
300人委員会という名前が
The name Committee of 300 appeared in actual CERN documentation.
そうだけど。
Yeah, but Kirsty's tone weakens.
なんだか。
She's kind of scared.
は怖い。
Yeah, you should be. Always be scared, ABS.
ガチで僕たち消さ
To
れそう
find
だよ
out
ね。
about our hacking, they'll seriously have us killed. I don't make any mistakes that could give us away, of course.
それに
Also, and this is the biggest problem, I lower my voice and and look hard at each one of them in turn.
公表してしまった。
If we go public, we won't be able to
も
do
う好
cool
き
stuff
勝手
with
に D メー
emails
ルが送れな
anymore.
くなるではないか。
あんたね。
Why you? No way, I'm giving up such awesome machine.
俺はホーウィンキョウマ。時
The
空を支
insane
配
mad
する狂気
scientist
の
who
マ
rules
ッド
space
サ
and
イエン
time.
ティス
What I desire is, that's right,
ト。望むのは
chaos.
ダメだこいつ。早くなんとかしないと。
Why is this a quote? Quotation from a popular manga about death notes. Spoken by the protagonist in reference to his female accomplice. Original quote, "This girl's hopeless, I'd better do something quick," used to express exasperation. Alright, I've never seen Death Note, but I'm fairly certain this isn't just a straight up thing that is a quote. Like, like there's a difference between a quote, specifically, and just words people say. I could ask, "What are you having for lunch?" That doesn't mean it's a quote. You can't quote me on that, but like, it's a generic enough sentence that you don't need to quote it. Eh. And then she's gonna do it too. Everybody freezes.
クリスティーナ。
Christina,
お前
are you an at
あ
chat?
っとちゃ。
うるさい。それ以上言うな。そんなわ
I'm
けない
not
から。
okay. Ursa gives her sharpest glare yet. Her eyes are so cold, my spine turns to ice. I nod and swallow what I was going to say. Bleh.
そういえば誰よ。
That reminds me,
セルへのハ
Darrow.
ッキングはそ
Have
の
you
後
made any progress
さらに
hacking into
進んだ。
CERN? He did say it would take time to learn how to use the IBM 5100. But I know he's been coming to the lab every day to work on it. His monitor is always displaying some kind of program, and his fingers are always busy on the keyboard. He has carpal tunnel, and he's got compression bracers.
ああ、今はセル
Yeah,
の
right
膨
now
大
I'm,
な資料
I'm
を漁って
combing
る
CERN's
とこ。
massive database.
翻訳しながら全部
It
読む
wouldn't
の
take
に
years to
何
read
年
it all.
か
For
かる
now,
な
I've
ら
passed everything that looks
一応
important
重
in my
要
case
そうなと
sheet.
ころはマキシスに
Translation.
渡してまあ基本的には
Basically, I've gone as
僕に
deep
は
as I
もう
can
やれ
go.
ることはセルンは今や僕の思いのまま
CERN belongs to me now.
お前が味方でよかったと
Thank goodness you're on
つく
my
づく思う
side.
よ。
If only you weren't so weak to seduction.
それでクリスティーナ、
Christina,
翻訳状
report
況
on
に
the
ついて
status
報
of these
告を。
translations.
そのいちいち芝居がかっ
Stop
て喋
talking
る
like
から
that. It's pretentious
ど
and
うにか
annoying
なら
as
な
hell.
い？なんか
Hell. Okay. Mary takes a cute, idol-like pose and smiles for some reason.
クリスちゃん
Christian, as Oakley's childhood friend, I promise you'll get used to how he talks eventually.
そのうちっていうの
I
が
just hope it
10年後じゃ
doesn't
ない
take
ことに
10
なるわ。
years. Odd number to just pull out of your ass, but sure. 10 years, why not?
お前、この俺と
So you're
10
saying you
年
want to
来
stay
の
with me
付
for
き合い
10
をしたいと
years?
いうのか。
In other words, you want to work at this lab for the rest of your...
皮肉よ皮肉。
It was sarcasm, get it? Sarcasm. Yeah, you can't really just be sarcastic if what you're basing your sentence on has no relevancy in the conversation. You can't just make... Well, I was about to go into an example I feel is a little controversial, so I'm not going to, but you can't just straight up make a joke that's a non sequitur. Especially if it's like, you know, bad humor. Not bad humor. Like controversial humor. Like race or sexism. You can't just straight up make a non sequitur like that. It confuses people, and then you're just an asshole.
そうか。
Oh.
ではさっさと報告し
Give
ろ。
me your report, Christina.
で
If
な
you
けれ
don't,
ば
I'll
お前
call
の
you in
こ
that
と
channel.
をネラーと呼ぶ。
違うっつってんでしょ
Didn't you hear me the first time? I obviously heard you. I'm saying words regardless of what you said. She glares at me again. My blood goes cold.
一応時間を見て
Working
翻
hard on
訳
the
を進
translation
め
when
て
I
る
have
けど
time. But so far I
今の
haven't
とこ
seen
ろ
anything
タイ
new
ム
about
マシン
time
に関
travel.
するやっぱりセルンも
It
問
looks
題
like
の
CERN
解
is
決策
still
を見つけ
struggling
よ
to
うと
find a solution.
四苦八苦してる。
We'll have to wait another 24 years, like Tighter said.
誰？
Dare.
他にせよ。
Any other results?
成果じゃないけど
Well, it looks like CERN's in the middle of a big project, so the LHC is at full operation.
ちょうどそこに割り込ん
Yeah,
で
it goes off and
こ
on
っそり
every,
使わ
like,
せてもらえない
10
かなって模索中
I'm trying to see if I can cut in and maybe use it secretly.
嘘
What? No way. There's who's stunned. Honestly, so am I.
それってすごいの
Is that amazing?
すごいどころじゃない
It's not
とんでもない
amazing.
こと
It's
やらかそう
downright
としてるわね
outrageous.
ス
It's
ーパー
truly outrageous.
恐ろしい子
Quotation from a classic manga about glass masks, used to express amazement at someone's incredible skills. It's like she's very specifically trying to say, hey, I am in the otaku fandom.
おい、クリスティーナ。
Hey, Christina, are you doing that on purpose? Doing what? Nothing. Shut up. Get out of my house. She's in that channel, no doubt about it.
でもまあ
Anyway,
それができるようになった
anyway,
と
I'm
ころ
just
で
doing it for
使い道
laughs.
なん
It's
てない
not
だ
like
ろう
we
け
have
ど
any
な
reason to use the LHC.
作戦は順調だ
It。sounds like things are going smoothly.
第3
When do you begin stage 3 of the operation?
第3段階って何ぞ
What stage 3? What were stages 1 and 2? What are you talking about?
セルンがひた隠しにしている
CERN's most secret forbidden domain. We're going to
そこ
free
に
the
隠された
darkness
闇
hidden
を暴くこと
inside.
に決まっている。
It's like he's saying words and they make sense to him, but they're nonsense.
日本語で OK
Japanese, please.
IBN 5100で
The
構
IBM
築されたデー
5100
タベース
database.
があっ
I'm
た
asking if you started hacking it yet.
そこへのハッキングには
There are frowns.
もう着手したのかと。
ああ それは無理
Okay,
って言ったじゃ
remember?
ん
IBN5100 さえあれば
You said all we
なんと
needed
かなる
was
ん
an
だろ
IBN5100 of our own.
なる
Right.
でも逆に言え
That's the
ば
problem.
だからこ
We
そ手
can't
も
do
足も出ないわ
anything
け
without that one.
ん
Huh? That's a weird thing. Again, this feeling of disconnect. Conversation isn't making any sense.
IBN5100 は
But I got you an
俺が手に入れてきたから
IBN5100. You haven't started working
ま
on
だ
it
触っ
yet?
てもいないのか
え
Eh?
手に入れて
You
きた
got me one when?
いつ
Puzzled, I look at Karasu and Mayuri. Mary looks confused, like always. Karasu meets my eyes and shrugs her shoulders like, eh.
私も聞いてないわよ。
First I've heard
手
of
に
it.
入れたなんて話。
バカだ
Impossible. Just can't be. I dash into the development room. The IBN 5100 I borrowed from Nyanabayashi's shrine should be on the shelf inside, and it's in a cardboard box and it weighs 25 kilos, too heavy for a single person to carry. When I go to look,
ない
it's gone. It's no longer where I left it.
IBN5100
The IBN 5100 is right here. Where did it
ど
go?
こに消えた
Everyone looks at me in surprise.
何を鳩が豆鉄砲食らったみ
Why
た
are
い
you
な顔
staring
し
at
て
me
い
like
る
that? The legendary PC that was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. You've seen it, remember?
そんなの知らない
I don't remember.
柳林神社に奉納っ
Donated to
て
Yanabayashi
そんな
Shrine?
ア
That's
ホ
stupid.
幻覚でも見てたんじゃない
Sure you weren't
最近
hallucinating.
暑い
It's
から
hot these days. Despair drags me down like quicksand. We can't hack that database without the IBN 5100. Who stole it? The organization? CERN? CERN is a possibility. Maybe they noticed our hacking and stole the IBN 5100 from the lab, leaving no trace, not killing any of us, just taking the computer. No. Even if they could steal the IBN 1500 from the lab, they can't steal Mayuri and Daru's memories of it. What happened? Kiryu Moeka. Maybe I should check with her first. Could someone other than Moeka have stolen the IBN 5100? I consider the possibilities. The next name that comes to mind is...
まさか
Don't tell me it
ジョン・
was
タイターか
John Titer.
そうだ
Of course. Titer's goal was to obtain an IBN 5100. I've already contacted him several times.
すでに俺は
But
何度
how
か
did
コ
he
ンタ
get
クト
my
を取っている
personal information?
しかしどうやって俺の個人情報を手に入れた
While I'm trying to decide whether I should send the mail, Karasu tells me to calm down. High school girl is chiding me. She dares make a fool of Hououin Kyouma? Irritated, I explained the purpose of the IBN 5100 and how I came to obtain one. I'm going to send it to her. During that time, I also sent Moeka a mail for confirmation.
IBN5100 が
The
消えた
IBN
のは
5100 may have disappeared as a result of changes someone made to the past.
誰か。
おお俺の話を信じてくれ
Oh,
るの
so
だ
you
な
believe me.
でも私の主
But
観で
from my
は
perspective,
これ
all
ま
the
でに送った
emails we
D メールは
sent
些
so
細な
far
内容
were
ばかり。
trivial. There's that one we sent when we first realized phone wave chain was a time machine,
だっ
right?
て気づくきっかけに
オカリンは変態って内
The
容
one
で
that
送った
said
よ
Ocarine
な
is a perv?
あとは D メール
During
実
the
験で
preliminary D-mail
私が
experiments,
岡
I
部の
sent
携
dozens
帯
to
に何十
Okabe's
通も
phone,
送った
but they were all
でも
insubstantial,
どれも中
so
身
I
のない
don't
文
think they
面ば
could
か
have
りだ
changed
か
the
ら
past.
僕も2通送ったよ
I sent two of them
フェ
when
リ
I
ス
was
タント
trying
で
to
勝
win
負
the
に
match
勝てる
against
秘
Ferris.
策を書いた
それともう一つ岡部
There
が
was
一番
one
最初に
more.
偶
The
然送っ
first
た
mail Okabe
私が
accidentally
死ん
sent
で
it
る
said that I was
っ
dead.
てメール
だが俺の主観では
But from my
そ
perspective,
れ
we
以外
sent
も
several
何通か
more.
送られている
ロト6の当たり
You
番
mean
号
how you sent a lot of the winning Lotto 6 numbers and how Luca
ゆ
Chan
かちゃんがその
bought
番
a
号を
ticket
買ったけど
with those numbers but
よ
didn't
く当た
win?
らなかったや
岡部以外は送ったところを
But
誰も知
nobody
らない
aside
けど
from
ね
Okabe remembers him sending it.
だがお前たちにもその後で
But
見
I
せた
showed you
はずだ
guys
ぞ
afterwards. It was still in my
俺
phone's
と携帯に
arrival
残っていた
history.
着信履歴を
あれは惜しかったよ
And
ね
we're so close. But that ought to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, I'm Kiwi. You've been great to yourself a delightful day. Goodbye.